Hey everybody!
Friends. So we're doing something a little bit new this month, and we decided we would finally start doing TBR videos again.
Which is really just me, like, trying to cull the terrible pile of books on my shelf that have been haunting me since BEA last year.
Not even last year. Some of those are probably from 2017. If you recall, one of Maki's resolutions was that he was going to whittle down that pile before this year's book expo.
Right.
How's that going for you?
I'm distributing them according to piles that spark joy and those that do not.
Very good, very good. Marie Kondo would be very proud of you.
Yes, she would.
Anyway, so we decided we'd start doing TBRs because it's fun for us to also be able to share the things we're excited to read with you guys. Whether or not we end up reading them is a whole other story. To get back on track, we're going to be talking about some of the books that we plan to read in April. I think we each have 10?
10 abouts, yes.
Ish.
All culled from my terrible windowsill pile.
Okay, do you want to go first then?
Yes, I do. So first things I'm going to read are the three reordered imprints, the first three reordered imprints that came out from different, I want to say, cultures and mythologies. So Aru Shah by Roshni Chokshi.
Aru Shah, The End of Time.
There you go, Aru Shah, The End of Time. And then Stormrunner by J.C. Cervantes, really cool. So this one is drawn from Indian mythology and Hindu mythology. This is drawn from Mayan. And Dragonfell by Yoon Ha Lee. This one is drawn from Korean myths, but also kind of set in space or some schlock like that, which I think is very, very cool. I am hoping to catch up with everything Rick Riordan soon, starting with these because these are the newest. Yeah. We'll see what happened to Magnus and to Lester Papadopoulos some other time perhaps. Another book that I really wanted to read would be Girl King. So this one's out. I should have read it, but it's pretty interesting because again it's one of those things where one empire, two princesses, a war that could tear the world apart, and I'm like, yeah. And then lastly, The Apprentice Witch by James Nichol.
Oh, I like that cover.
Will Arian Wynn ever become a real witch? And so I collect these coming-of-age tales that involve magic because, like, school and grades, I'm just like, ugh, no,
but that's what you grew up on.
That is also true. So I'm like, the stakes are higher and I must learn to be a witch. Those are my 5 paperback reads, easy to carry on the train. Fits nicely in my semi-winter coat pocket. That's all lovely.
But it's no longer winter, so he's going to have to figure that out.
I'm going to have to get my tiny bag. Okay, cool.
Anyway, I'm going to talk about some arcs that I'm going to read. I'm going to actually cheat and do 6 because I have to talk first about Finale by Stephanie Garber, which is the 3rd book in her Caraval series. This story brings together the events of the 1st book and the 2nd book, and it is told from the perspective of both sisters this time, Scarlet and Donatella. And I think they're going to have one last round of Caraval. Cannot wait. I reread Caraval and Legendary last month. So good. Cannot wait to find out how it ends. But I'm also going to be reading 5 also paperbacks that I am also going to be able to easily carry around with me. So we're going to start with Somewhere Only We Know, which is by Maureen Gu. And yes, it still makes me think of the song in my head. It's about a Korean pop star named Lucky who is going to be making her first American TV show appearance. But the night before that happens, all she really wants is a burger. And so she's decided that she's going to go and try to track one down. And she crosses paths with a boy named Jack, who is sort of like a teen paparazzi. Basically, that's part of his job, and so he crosses paths with her, sort of semi-recognizes her, but not really, and stuff happens, and I cannot wait to read it. And another contemporary that I'm very excited about is Red, White, and Royal Blue, which is by Casey McQuiston. It's coming out in May. It is basically a new adult contemporary romance between the first son of the President of the United States and the Crown Prince of England, and I am here for it. I have heard nothing but amazing things about it, and I cannot wait.
Hilarity shall ensue.
Next is We Hunt the Flame by Hafsa Faizal, which is the first in a brand new YA fantasy series, and it centers around 2 main characters, really. There is Zafira, who is a girl who disguises herself as a male so that she can go and hunt in this protected forest, and there is Nasir, who is considered the Prince of Death. He's basically an assassin, and he will pretty much kill anyone who tries to go against his dad. And so the 2 of them end up crossing paths when they're both sent after the same artifact. Zafira is after the artifact to save her people, and Nasir has been assigned that task by the king, and they soon uncover a greater conspiracy than they could have ever imagined, and I cannot wait to read this one. I am also looking forward to reading Birthday by Meredith Russo. This is about 2 teens, Morgan and Eric, and they were born on the same day in the same hospital, and it basically is going to follow their relationship and their friendship or romance or both. You never know. And of the arcs, the last one I need to mention is Wicked Fox by Kat Cho. This is also heavily inspired by Korean mythology because the main character, Myung, is a gumiho, which means she is like a 9-tailed fox. So she has this encounter with a human boy, and he ends up in possession of her fox breed, which is basically like her life.
Ooh.
And so they have to figure that out, and they also have to figure out how to escape everyone who's after her. So, fun times. Cannot wait to read that one either.
Moving on to my next pile. So these are all, again, middle grade books. Tentacle Wing by Sarah Porter is on my pile. And it's about a girl who, Ada, who has chimera DNA, so she's mixed with human and animal. And she has infrared vision. And so because that's a danger she's in danger because people are going to want to get in on that action. They send her to a school where everybody else has chimera blood. And there's like wings and weird appendages. And I'm just like, oh, my people. So obviously there's that. And then there's Rise of the Dragons by Angie Sage. I don't even have to read what it's about because it's obviously dragons in real time. So I'm just like definitely reading that. There's some books that you're just like that's it. That's going in my pile. Sanity Tallulah is a cute little graphic novel about like two kids in space. Came in a really nice box. Still haven't had a chance to read it, but I shall power through this. It's a graphic novel with really cute illustrations, very nice stuff. So again, two kids in space, best friends, mad science. I'm like, oh, okay, so that's fine. The Lost Frost Girl. I like the cover. I know, and of course she just has to be blonde, and the only Frosts that I know are blonde. I had written a character in the long past in the tales of years ago that was also a Frost and was also blonde, and I thought, yeah, okay, this is pretty cool. A moon seems to urge me onward, and my feet fly faster and faster as the world around me sparkles silver with new frost.
Like it's like a cold
being in a snow globe in my own little world of ice, and I'm just like, yeah, me and this girl will be friends. Finally, my favorite, and one that I'm really looking forward to, is The Secrets of Topsea, Book 2, The Extremely High Tide. Topsea, number 1, was actually about a kid who, in recovering from the death of his mother and moving to a completely different town, which is obviously Topsea, he goes to school and he finds that his locker is at the bottom of the swimming pool. There's a hefty warning sign against all of the sort of cats that are kind of in there.
Topsy. So is it like topsy-turvy? Is that what that is supposed to be?
Yeah, pretty much. I just want to know what happens next to this kid and his new friends and how he's starting his new life. So it takes a turn for the absurd and then a turn for the poignant because he is still a kid recovering from some loss there, and that matters to me.
Right. So the next section of this video it's part of my SSP, aka my secret Shadowhunters project, because I had realized in March that I had this problem where every time I said online that I was going to read more books in the Shadowhunters world, I just never did it. So I decided to just go ahead and do it without saying anything to anyone. And so far it's been working out real well for me.
And so cat's out of the bag now.
I'm also really exhausted because once I turn trash, I don't go back, apparently.
That's true.
And I have found new levels of appreciation for Magnus Bane, Alec Lightwood, the Infernal Devices series so far. For the rest of, not even the rest of April, for the first 2 weeks of April, I am going to be reading whatever Shadowhunters books I have not yet read, which includes The Bane Chronicles, which is Cassandra Clare, Cyrus Brennan, and Maureen Johnson who wrote the stories in it, and obviously I'm flippin' excited because it's Magnus Bane. Like, he is literally my favorite character in the entire Shadowhunters universe, and I cannot wait to read this collection of stories. Tales from the Shadowhunter Academy, which is Cassandra Clare, Cyrus Brennan, Maureen Johnson, and Robin Wasserman, and these are mostly centered around the Shadowhunter Academy, mostly include Simon in them, if I'm remembering correctly. Mackie really likes the short story collection because I remember him reading particular stories in it and like freaking the hell out. So I cannot wait to get there. And
which leads us to,
I will read the entirety of the Dark Artifices series. So that's Lady Midnight, Lord of Shadows.
Oh, that book.
And Queen of Air and Darkness.
Ugh, that book.
I don't know anything about the series except that the two main characters are Emma Carstairs and Julian Blackthorne. And I did not realize until fairly recently that Julian Blackthorne has actually made an appearance already.
Tiny appearance.
Like a very tiny appearance. He's like a 12-year-old child who's causing mayhem with candle wax. I mean, really.
I love Julian so much.
So I will be reading that as well because I'm trying to read all of it in preparation for the release of Red Scrolls of Magic. And I'm so excited because, again, Magnus story. And even better, it's a Magnus story that has Alec in it as well. All my fandom dreams come true, basically. That was all of the books that we intend to read in April, or try to read.
A special mention for me, though, would have to be the rest of the Throne of Glass series.
Good luck.
That's on there.
That in 1 month.
You'll be surprised.
Well, I finished it in 1 month, so I don't even know.
I don't know. You'll be surprised. I mean, it's all in there, and it is my birthday, so I can do whatever I want.
Okay.
As if. So
let's see how far he gets.
See how far.
And what he thinks. That's what we've got for you today. If you are interested in reading any of these books as well, do let us know. We love knowing what you guys are excited about. And also, we'd love to know what you have on your TBR. Like, what's your #1 priority for April?
That's true, though.
Mine is Finale.
Mine is this, like, 10 middle grade books sprint.
I bet you could do it. It's middle grade.
And a hint of Selena Sardothian.
If you like what you see, come back to our channel. We upload videos every Friday. We'd love it if you like and subscribe, and we'll see you next week. Bye!